leather gloves, we're slapping in hams, popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands, pink cotton candy, love on a stick, who's chasing the beer, the circle the lips, play ball, play ball. Load up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives. Bam! Live!
There you go.
Bam!
You threw the band and you didn't tell me about
you weren't at rehearsal. We're doing bam now.
Okay.
Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives.
Live!
Bam! Wait, I had the band before.
Yeah.
Here in Strong Island Television,
Yes.
in Paradise Studios, in beautiful
Downtown
Massapequa, New York, by the Long Island Railroad, CVS, the pizzeria, Dunkin' Donuts, and the Chinese place is still closed, right?
It's still closed.
The Woks, we looked in the window after the show last week.
And we were thinking, should we go into the Chinese food business?
Yeah, because the Woks are still in there.
It's all intact.
Richie and I, because, listen, here's how successful our comedy career is. We're thinking about going into the Chinese food business.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that an indication how well we're doing out there?
As a matter of fact, you know what's funny? Our careers are equal to a Chinese restaurant during the pandemic.
Yes. Yes. So if you can figure that out, we are in trouble.
That's not racist, right? That's not.
You know, and you know what? We joke about our comedy career, but it's true. We suck. No, we joke, but it's so much fun to get up there and make people laugh. It really
Isn't
is.
that what it's all about?
And so many people come up to us sometimes.
It's not about the money.
There's no money. There's very little money.
Right.
It
depends on what level name you are.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. I'm changing my name to go to a different level.
I'm changing my name to Jim Gaffigan.
I want to go down a notch.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, so I'm going to change my name to
Rich
Walker. See, I was waiting to see if you get it. Oh God!
Great.
So good things.
Yes.
Number one.
Yes.
Number one. Some of the things I wanted to talk about here. Last night you were invited, so I don't feel bad.
Right.
To go to the Met game.
Wow.
The Laughter Saves Lives tailgate extravaganza. Headline was my chicken sandwiches with fresh mutts and a special topping with mushrooms. Santa has been talking about this for 3 years.
Went? Santa went. John Santo.
John Santo.
Very funny.
Pat Marone.
Right.
Les Deegan. The ladies went. Roseanne Sorrentino and her daughter Bridget.
Wow.
Kavanaugh.
How much fun is this?
And Evan Weiss came.
All right. That's a full boat.
We had a good time. The Mets lost.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're going to win tonight, but it was a good time. But the Weber portable barbecue came out, Richie.
That's awesome.
Got it for Father's Day. Just picked it up the other day. My family still owes me money for it.
Right.
Because I laid it out.
They bought it as a gift, but you picked your own gift.
They gave the money to my son to buy it.
Right.
And I ended up buying it. So now
they owe you a lot of money.
There's so many ways to get me the money, right?
Yeah.
They live with me. They're up the block.
They leave an
Venmo,
envelope on the kitchen table.
PayPal, Zelle, envelope, check. So far, nothing. Nothing. Now, I don't know how much they all contributed, but my son's at the Met game tonight, and I have a feeling that money is being spent.
Yeah. So, but if we ever go on a Wednesday or Thursday,
right.
I could definitely go.
Okay.
Of course, I may be working.
We'll do that. Well, the season's over. The playoffs are starting, and I can't afford the playoffs.
I watched the Yankee game for the first time ever in like 10 years the other night on TV.
Judge is going for the home run? Judge is going for the home run.
He's
Hey, Elizabeth.
Yes.
Say hello to Elizabeth. She's one of our biggest fans.
Of course, Elizabeth Batterpeed. I know her well. Hello.
The Tunnel to Tower.
Mickey.
The Tunnel to Tower was Sunday.
Yeah.
Free tickets for the October 26th show. If you message Butcher myself before the end of the show, or let's make it after the show, and tell us what tunnel the Tunnel to Tower is in. First 10 people. Great question. First 10 people will get free tickets.
And this
First
way
five,
you check to see if anybody watched your Facebook
Right.
post.
If nobody responds to that question, we will not do the show next week. We suck. We will be off the air.
I wanted to walk with you. but I wasn't on the show, so.
Well, let me show you a few pictures that you missed from the tunnel to tower.
Look at
this is after the race is over. You see, I'm still looking good. Just I did the most steps of anybody in the race.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah. Let's get over there. When we show pictures, we're gonna get. This is our new thing.
I love it.
Go like this. Wait, like that. So that's my daughter who got up at 5 a.m. to drive into Manhattan.
Now she must have loved you for that.
She did. She took a 7 a.m. water taxi from Manhattan to Brooklyn. Wow. We were in IKEA parking lot where the registration was. 7:15. We started moving in the race at about 10:30. This is after the race. That's my buddy Tommy Gardner.
Yeah.
That was lost on 9/11. I always have his picture up front here. This is one of the guys from Maritime. I took a picture. It looks like I'm tackling him or something.
Yeah.
But I was just kind of leaning and taking a picture.
Looks like that memorial.
Here's Lieutenant Krishy, who I worked with. He was lost on 9/11. They're all holding pictures after the race. And I went over to see a few of the guys that I knew. Any more? That's it?
Nope. Video.
Oh, all right. So now the video. So people have said to me, John, do you run? I'm a big runner, Richie. You know that. Very fast runner.
Yeah.
So I started in the back of the race. Okay. In the cameras in the tunnel. This was caught. We got a copy of the video. The girl may look like my daughter. It's not. Go ahead. Wait.
Yeah, John, it mutes your mic when we go to the video. So say what you said again.
Say it again. Your mute was, the mic is muted during the video.
Whose mic?
You didn't. Nobody at home heard what happened.
Oh, you want to play it again?
No.
Say it first.
Tell them what the video was.
So the video was I was in the back of the race.
Yeah.
I did that on purpose because I wanted to see how many people I could pass, and the cameras in the tunnel caught me running past thousands of people. I ran straight 8-minute miles.
Yeah.
All right, good? Now that young lady, looks like my daughter, doesn't it?
I thought it was.
No, it was the cameras in the tunnel that caught that. Now I started getting cocky. Okay. Yes. Now the next video you're going to see is me using a different technique to pole vault, like a skier, to pole vault me ahead of people.
Very interesting.
That's called being an ass.
That was incredible.
I passed thousands. People going, oh my God, is that Larocchia? Because I know a lot of people.
Ridiculous.
I'm very popular, you know, with the FD. So I knew a lot of people. So I finished the race number 6,722.
Out of?
8,000.
Not bad. You're moving up in the world.
Moving up. So let's do this. We have a great show tonight. We have Aimee and Jeff Reitzen on.
Aimee and Jeff.
From Cat 6 Foundation. Cat 6 Foundation. We have on retired FDNY Battalion Chief Rocky Jones, her second visit. Great. Not many people come back a second time. Like Aimee and Jeff are coming on tonight. And they're going to leave here and go, we're never coming back.
That was so
never coming
fruitless.
back. That guy Richie was funny, but the other guy. And we have on to close the show, very funny, comic Rob White.
Yeah,
I worked with him last week. Very funny man. So we are brought to you by the law firm of Barasch and McGarry Lawyers for the 9/11 community. We'll be right back after Butch and a break.
If you spent time downtown on 9/11 or in the 8 months after, you were exposed to toxic air and may be eligible for compensation from the $10 billion 9/11 Victim Fund. But most people who qualify still haven't claimed what they're entitled to.
I worked downtown. I didn't die. I was an office worker. I felt like there were others who deserved the money more than I did.
A major reason people haven't claimed the money they're due is guilt. They feel guilty claiming funds when others died or were first responders.
I heard there were 9/11 funds, but because I wasn't a first responder, I did not apply.
You do not have to be a first responder to qualify. This fund was created for everyone who worked, lived, or attended school south of Canal Street, who may have experienced or have experienced respiratory illness or any of the 68 cancers linked to the toxins. Even if you have a family history of cancer, there is a presumption linking most cancers to the toxins.
I thought it was too late to make a claim. My spouse worked downtown at a bank and died of cancer. Honestly, I just haven't felt up to it.
The government's $10 billion Victim Fund and Health Program have been permanently extended. You just need to have been below Canal Street on 9/11 or at any time in the following 8 months to see if you qualify. Call or go to 911fund.com to speak to a representative of Barasch and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community.
There are many reasons people who are eligible for compensation are not stepping up to claim it. To those who are holding back, I would say just take the first step. Ask for help. Make the call. It's not too late.
I called and I qualify.
I qualify.
I qualify.
Millions of dollars remain unclaimed. You do not have to be seriously ill to qualify.
And we're back to Laughter Saves Lives Live. Bam!
Bam!
Oh, bam! See, he picked it up in a second.
I like surprises. I like the old.
So we're here with Aimee and Jeff Reitzen. Phonetically, I wrote it down so I don't mess it up because I mess up so many people's names, right?
Yeah.
Waker.
Rich
Right? Rich Waker. And thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So how did I meet these wonderful people? Poor Aimee, I talk to everybody in the morning.
Yeah.
This poor girl's walking the kid. She just wants to be. It's early.
Yeah.
And here's somebody. Oh, bye. You want to come to the October 26th comedy show? And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like so annoying. And she was so sweet. And she goes, "Oh, we'll support you." And we run a foundation. I go, "Really?" So that's how we met. We started talking about it. And she said there was a walk. Cedar Creek Park. What was that? 2 weekends ago.
2 weekends ago.
And I, as you see, I was running. Right, I was beating everybody that day, just running. It was a walk, but I was an ass, and I ran like a lot.
You were doing that swerve thing too.
Yeah, I did the swerve.
He goes out with his own cones.
Oh, okay.
To show the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's what those were.
That was very, very talented.
I thought you were drunk.
And that was not his daughter, just a girl.
That was not my daughter. So, what a nice day, though. But, my grandson is running ahead, and I'm the only idiot running because I can't see him. So tell us about Cat 6 Foundation. What is it all about? Tell us.
Okay, so the Cat 6 stands for the name of a genetic syndrome. So there's two syndromes, Cat 6A syndrome and Cat 6B syndrome.
The difference between them, simply?
It's very slight.
Oh, it's very slight?
Difference. Like, they're two different genes, but the genes are like 90% similar. And they're both very, very rare syndromes.
And the reason you're involved with this foundation is?
That our son Will was diagnosed with this rare genetic syndrome.
Who is freaking adorable, this kid.
He really is.
He is. And what are the signs and symptoms, the symptoms that the kids have?
So all of the children have universally like global delay, meaning that they're delayed in speech, just regular milestones, like learning to walk, things like that. Many of the children have really, really significant health challenges, like they're born with heart defects or seizure disorders, spinal cord malformations. So some pretty severe medical issues can be associated with it. We're actually really fortunate that our son's health is very stable and he's good. He has some GI issues that we deal with. We see him; he's really thin, like he's underweight for a typical 7-year-old. But
he's in the second grade.
He's in the second grade. He's pretty much non-speaking. And
now, is he in a regular classroom?
No, he's in a special ed class, but in our regular school district.
Right. So it was really cool what you did with that sign. Tell them what you did with the playground.
Okay.
For all the kids to see, which is nice.
Yeah. So our son doesn't communicate by speech. So we quickly learned when he was younger that we were going to have to find another way to communicate with him because he has the intent to communicate. He actually has an awesome sense of humor.
Yeah.
Good.
He was laughing at a rerun of your show.
Was he really?
Today. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
Cracking up. Especially the intro.
What show?
The intro song.
This show?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's
He was
hysterical.
completely cracking up.
That's so
So
funny.
he has
At
this,
least you're funny looking, right?
Right. I don't care. If I'm getting him to laugh, I'm happy.
I told you, John, they were out there.
Wait, Waker.
Yeah.
Let me 1 second, Waker.
so
1 second, Waker.
So
Which
we knew that we were going to have to find a way to communicate with him. We tried some sign language when he was younger, but he also has really delayed fine motor skills. So other than like some basic signs like more, all done, like he couldn't manipulate his hands. So we learned about a different form of communication called AAC, which uses software on an iPad. So essentially it's a program. He has, thousands of buttons on this device. Like he can scroll between lists to put words and sentences together to communicate with us. So we're really lucky that, that he was born in this day and age. And
it's amazing, the computers and just how the communication, whatever age you are or if there's any kind of disorder or whatever, it's amazing how everybody gravitates to a computer. And was it easy for him to pick up or?
So, it was definitely a learning curve in the beginning. Even just to point at the icons was difficult. So when he first started, there would be like 4 pictures on a screen.
Right.
Now there's like 64 pictures on a screen.
Growing,
and he can
the vocabulary, right?
Oh,
Hey, would you let her speak, please?
So, right, she's doing that.
Is this how it always is?
She wishes.
Well,
yeah, she wishes.
He came to my high school reunion and was literally the most popular person there.
I believe
all night long. People were like high fiving. I'm like, how do you know?
What do you do for a living?
I'm in it's a great brand new field. It's called advertising.
Okay.
It's all those ads that you see with all your great videos.
Oh, cool. All right, we'll have to talk.
Digital media.
All right, so now let's go back 30 years. Was this syndrome documented?
No.
So is this like a new syndrome, or they just didn't know what it was?
So basically, prior to this, I think Will would have ended up with just like probably a cerebral palsy diagnosis.
Right.
Some
very general.
Sort of general description of his symptoms. But in the early, mid 2000s, people started mapping like the whole human genome, and they discovered that all sorts of genes cooperate with each other, and if there's a mistake on one gene, it interacts with all your other genes, and then they don't function properly. So Will has a random mutation on his CAT6A gene, which we all have a CAT6A gene, KAT6A.
Right. Now, my question I asked off the air is starting to come to light.
That's why it's called the catwalk.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
So, he has just a random mutation. It wasn't inherited by us. It just spontaneously happened.
It just happened.
And it's not. We have 2 other sons that do not have this.
How many? You have 2 sons and a daughter, or just 2 other sons?
Just 2 sons.
Yeah,
2 sons.
3 sons total, and so Will doesn't talk all that much, and the other 2
talk a lot.
They never stop talking.
They make up for.
They really.
And how do they get along and interact?
They're like puppies wrestling all the time, right?
he loves it just like physically.
Everything's physical with Will. We've pretty much adapted our house to work for him. Once 2020 hit, he was in pre-K at the time. Everything was shut down. Will was like climbing on countertops. And I said, we have to do something. So we pretty much transformed our basement
into a gym. Does he enjoy school?
I think he likes hanging out with the kids and the social interaction, but sitting down and saying, let's do some math work
that's
right
a
now.
lot of
But he goes.
School's not easy.
He goes into school.
He
doesn't
into school
I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Everybody knows him. He's all the teachers.
I see that.
Fist bump him in the halls.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
He's an awesome guy.
He is.
So how did the development of Catwalk start, or the organization you're part of, or did you start it?
Okay, so great question.
Good question. You should stop asking them
So
that was a good
when Will was diagnosed in 2016, he was only 1 year old. And
Okay.
at the time, our geneticist only knew of 12 cases in the entire world.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
all that was
Wow.
documented in research.
Right.
So, I mean, we got this news and it seemed impossible. You know, we have a better chance of getting a lotto ticket
Right.
and winning than
Right,
something
right.
like this happening.
Actually, no, I play lotto.
And then
Never hit it.
so eventually I found another website online called Chloe Cat 6A. A dad in the Baltimore area in Bethesda, Maryland, created a website. And he said, you know, if your child gets diagnosed with this, please reach out.
Right.
So I reached out to Jordan, and he connected me to a Facebook support group. So a lot of people, you know, have negative feelings about Facebook, but for us, it introduced us to a community,
yeah,
right?
I love Facebook. I know all the downfalls and
for the right stuff.
For the right stuff and,
I mean,
and hooking up with old friends and stuff like this.
Yep.
It's awesome.
So we connected on this Facebook support group, and I went on and I found there were actually 40 families on the group. So I was like, okay, there's more than a dozen.
Right.
I mean, but it's still ultra rare, right?
Yeah,
We're the only ones in New York.
Yeah.
You know, nobody. The person that I connected the most with was actually living in Australia. Our kids were just so similar. We had, I don't know, we still talk on the phone like every couple of weeks. We just really get along.
Do you video, sometimes video calls?
Yeah, and we did get to meet her husband at a business trip in New York City in 2019. Yeah. So, nice. I mean, it was cool. But yeah, so basically we were in this support group. None of us know anything. Our kids have, you know, this rare syndrome. None of us know life expectancy.
Right.
None of us know, is this degenerative? Are issues going to pop up later on? I mean, our geneticist couldn't give us any information.
Right.
It's just
So even
like,
the doctors are like,
no,
we don't know.
He goes, I've never seen this.
Yeah.
Here's a printout of one study. Try to learn sign language. Like that's what we were told when we got this diagnosis. And then he said, go to cardiac right away to make sure he doesn't have
make sure his health is fine.
Yeah. So then
he was bopping all over the place.
He was the happiest kid.
Yeah.
He's awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
So then, you know, a few months later, another child was diagnosed, and they happened to have a parent that was a doctor. And that was like, okay, now we have a doctor. Now we have somebody that's like with connections. And,
right.
You know, and
that
and then Natasha and Emil, their husband and wife, reached out to me and a few other parents, and they said, we want to start a foundation, or would you want to be on the board? And, you know, we didn't even bat an eye. Because we knew that this was really important, and if we were going to learn anything, we had to do it ourselves.
Sure.
So what we did was, you know, in 2017, we started this foundation. They said, can you make the website? We know Jeff does advertising. And I said, I'll figure WordPress out.
Come in. See, finally, I was wondering.
I'm good for something.
And what is that website that you guys developed?
So it was originally called the Cat 6A Foundation.
Right.
But I was telling you before, we've now actually just over the past few months changed it to Cat 6 Foundation, because we realized
because it's A and B.
And joining these two patient communities
is
you know, it's more people fundraising, raising awareness. It's more interest by researchers because they want a bigger sample size, right?
They do. So the researchers that are brought in, whatever, they rather at A and B instead of just going for A, which would be more rare, right? Or B, just more.
Yeah,
so
you have half as many people. So
that's right.
What scientists have advised us is they believe if they find a medication that can help alleviate some symptoms, it will be applicable to either disorder. So it just makes sense for us to pool our resources.
Okay, so the website is?
It's cat6foundation.org.
Good.
You can also find it at cat6a.org. It just redirects. Because we're still in the process of.
So we have about 4 minutes, I guess. So now moving forward, number one, what can the average person do to help? We'll go on the website and look. But what are you going to do differently moving forward? Something that maybe you're working on that people can help you with, or other than the comedy show?
Oh yeah, we want to do a comedy show with you.
Yes.
Oh my! Isn't that a coincidence?
And
partner up.
Rich
Waker.
Rich Waker.
Really
Isn't that a coincidence that we're sitting here and we do comedy? How long do you think it took me to ask her about doing a comedy?
And you're not even going to come to him after the show and go, I thought it was a lot more money. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no. It's gonna.
No. We're all about raising awareness. I mean, honestly,
Absolutely.
We've raised a ton of money, and we're funding a lot of research. I won't get into the specifics of all of it because it's really scientific and it's about fibroblasts and biobanks and like.
She looked at both of us and went, "Really keep it simple."
I don't know if you guys passed high school biology.
Good move. No. Keep it simple for us.
I was not a good student.
So we fund research, but one of the things I'm really proud of is that we fund grants that we give to families in our community that can't afford a lot of the things that we're fortunate we can give to our son.
Right.
So, for example, like I installed a swing in my basement when the pandemic hit because my son has real sensory issues and he needed a swing indoors.
Right.
Otherwise, he's just like chewing on the curtains.
Right.
Literally.
Right.
So, you know, we help people buy equipment, wheelchair ramps for their homes,
Love it.
whatever things
Love
they need.
it.
We help pay for out-of-pocket therapies. Like one of my son's favorite things is he does horseback riding therapy every Sunday morning.
Oh, that's so
and
cool.
It is the best experience. It's my favorite time of the week. Like I never say, Jeff, please take him. Like I want to go. It's the most serene place.
Horse is a very
for our viewers. I just put the website up. Is that correct? Cat6 Foundation.
Yes, that's correct.
That is
that
Butch,
guy?
the producer of
Thanks,
this show.
Butch. That's correct. That's our website.
Thanks, Butch.
Well, it sounds.
We're getting kicked out.
This is
No.
great. But maybe one of the last questions. I don't know, but are you finding it? Are you finding these researchers? How hard was that to find researchers that go, I'm interested in doing this?
Are more people on board too with the research now?
Do you find that once you started the foundation that people are finding their way to you?
Once we got hooked up actually with Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland, and got like a real name behind us, you know, that opened many doors to us.
Well, I can say, and I think I can speak for Rich, you know, he has kids, I have grandkids, and sometimes we're in a freaking bubble. It's just life. You know, you go to day, and then you meet people like you who are freaking awesome people. And you hear about a story like this, so don't.
Right, she's awesome.
She's awesome. Yeah. But we want.
He learned how to play guitar for our kid.
Oh, that is awesome.
That
is awesome.
That's
That
a
is
lot
big.
of work. Yes.
So yeah, we want to help in a small way. Laughter saves lives, and the best thing we do is we do comedy shows, and raise some money. So let's do that, because this is an unbelievable story, and he's such a cool little guy. You know, we want to help in a small way.
Absolutely.
All right.
Great. We're looking forward to
appreciate it for sure.
No, we appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
So at home, make sure you go to the website.
What would you say the website one more time before Butch pops on and scares people?
cat6foundation.org.
Yes.
Cat6foundation.org. Go to the website, take a look, see what they do. And Jeff and Aimee, neighbors. I'll see you in the morning. I'm walking on the skull. But thanks so much for coming in.
Yeah,
you guys are awesome.
Great.
You guys are really awesome.
Sure.
It's nice to meet people like you. It really is.
It's nice to meet you too.
Thanks. All right, we're going to go to break, and we'll be back with Chief Rocky Jones, retired chief from the FDNY.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Rossi.
And I'm Arthur Lee, the creator of LifeVac.
We're here today to announce that to date, LifeVac has saved hundreds of lives of people who almost died due to choking.
People may not realize that on average, 14 people a day die from choking-related incidents. Every 5 days, one of those lives is a child. That's why I created LifeVac.
And as a new mom, and from housewife to housewife, I felt compelled to share with you the discovery of this life-saving device.
LifeVac is a simple-to-use airway clearance device. Just place, push, and pull to save a life.
And it costs less than it would take to fill up your car with a tank of gas. Imagine being able to save a life for less than $70.
To learn more, please visit lifevac.net.
That's LIFEVAC.net.
Please don't allow one of your loved ones to become the victim of choking accidents.
And we're back. There we
back
go.
with Rich
Oh.
Walker.
Look at this nice tight shot. We love this.
Larocchia. Hello, is that Claudette? Claudette? Hey, Claudette, how are you? Yes, nice job by Aimee and Jeff. We are back.
Yeah, we're here.
That was great.
That
There
was
was such nice people
and very impressive what they've done.
And it wouldn't be nice to help.
Yes.
It feels good when you can help.
Amen.
So, I want to just bring up my pool.
Yeah.
I didn't close it yet. And sometimes I wait too long and it's freezing out, but I got a guy who does it. But I have a pool heater this year. Yeah. So yesterday I went in the pool.
You still chlorinated
the water?
everything?
Yeah, the water was 85 degrees. Wow. You just got to run for the towel. So I'm closing my pool on the 11th. I'll keep you posted how many days I go in. Because people are probably sitting there going, wow. I don't care. Oh, and to our friends in Florida, I forgot to say it up front, we're praying for you. Hope everything it goes smooth for you.
Yes.
Because it's scary. It gets scary. All right. So let's bring in our next guest. She is a legend. A legend in the FDNY. We have retired Battalion Chief Rocky Jones is here with us again. This is your second visit, right?
What's that?
This is your second time on, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, see, I told Butch. Can you turn? Did Butch ask you to turn your phone sideways and it didn't work?
No, he didn't.
Give it a shot.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's see what we can do here.
Oh, look at that.
Now you're
better.
We have more of you. More of you.
Okay, 1 second here.
All right.
Okay.
So, tell us, number one, when you got on the FDNY, when you retired.
I got on the job on September 25th, 1982.
Right.
And I retired 29 years later to the day, September 25th, 2011.
As a chief, battalion chief.
As a battalion chief, yes.
The first female battalion chief?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Now, when you got on in 82, I got on in 87, 97. That was the first female class, no?
Yes. Yes.
Right?
We were the first, September of 82 was the first time they had women in the fire academy. The test in
I'm sorry.
77.
Right. It wasn't a female class. How many females were in that class?
41.
41 in the first, and there was also males in that class.
Yes, it was a class of 150.
All right, because I came on the class after that, I think. After that. So now you blazed the trail. You guys got on in 82. How many females have been on the FDNY since? Do you give me a ballpark number?
Well, there's currently over 130 female firefighters, plus there's several in the training academy right now.
Good.
But there's been probably another dozen or so that have been hired and retired or just left for whatever reasons. So less than 200, I would say. Right.
Wow. All right. So we go back to 82. You guys get on the job.
Yeah.
It's all documented. A lot of the women were not accepted the way they should have been accepted. Because I was on at the time and I heard about it and I saw some of it. So tell us about that. What were the challenges initially? And the reason we have you on today, this is the 40-year anniversary of the first female on the job, correct?
Correct.
Wow.
Correct.
So I saw that.
Had, a big celebration on Sunday night at the Fire Museum.
Nice.
I had a great turnout, wonderful time. Jackie Michelle from the UWF, the United Women Firefighters, did a great job organizing this event. It was a lot of fun. A lot of people we haven't seen in years. It was great.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so some of the challenges initially, tell our viewers that you guys had.
I mean, it was difficult. I mean, in 1977 was the first time to let women even take the written test. Before that, if you checked off female, it just went in the trash. So the job was not receptive to the idea of having women. They hired a company, I believe it was in Florida, to come up with a new physical exam. And things on physical exam was specifically put there because women weren't good at them. So it was, everything was rigged against us. Brenda Bergman, who was a lawyer at the time and also took the fire test, thought that it seemed impossible that no woman passed the physical test that they gave us. So she sued, and a class action suit. She was a named plaintiff. And the judge said, well, let's come up with a physical that represents what you do. Pulling hose, raising ladders, forcing doors,
Rocky, can you tell our viewers some of the things that were on that original test that they said were not job related?
There was like a one-arm bent elbow hang that was, I forget, I don't know if it was 60 seconds. There was standing broad jumps. There was, you had to walk along a beam, like with your face against a wall.
Right.
How many minute mile?
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember.
It was like a ridiculous, kind of a ridiculous number. Like, when do you run that fast to go into a fire? When do you run a mile?
Yeah.
So you did have a lot of challenges.
I have a question. By today's standards, 2022, have we come a long way, or is there still a long way to go for women?
My experience is that we've come a very, very long way, but we're certainly not perfect.
Right.
So there are still some issues. Individuals are still having issues. Women still having some issues. But if you had told me in 1982 that I would have left as happy as I did leave,
wow,
even in 2011, it was not even conceivable to me.
Yeah.
Well,
not even,
And as a chief, as a battalion chief,
but you broke through so many ceilings here. I mean,
but
in a man,
it's almost easy to be the first when there's nobody in front of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't like, so that it was good. I mean, we have a battalion chief now. Michelle Fitzsimmons is currently serving as a battalion chief in the FDNY.
Yeah.
We've had other women lieutenants and captains, fire marshals. We had supervising fire marshal. The original class, we had 3 of us. Well, I became battalion chief. 2 others went to captain. Another one to lieutenant. We had fire marshals and 1 supervising fire marshal from our class.
Excellent. Now, what was I going to say? Oh, shoot. I went completely blank. So there were that many women. You retired. Now we have about 100. How many on the job?
Over 130.
130. I know one of the things that I had to adjust to, even though there were a few women when I came on, it was always, yeah, I'm a fireman. Oh, yeah, there's firemen. And as I started well, that's what it was. Right? That's what we said back then. I'm not saying it was correct. And then when I started teaching around the country, I was like, oh, I had to adjust. Every once in a while, it slipped out.
What do you say now?
Firefighter.
Oh, firefighter. But
Yeah.
in the world of comedians, there's no more comedian. Even females are called comedians.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I point something out?
Yes.
I think it's coming anyway.
It is coming anyway, but we had her on as a guest about a month ago. The current fire commissioner of the FDNY is a woman.
Yeah.
She is the acting commissioner. The mayor hasn't given her that final.
Why, Rocky?
I don't know.
She's still running the show though right now.
Yeah.
She's been running the show since like January. Well, I guess maybe February.
Yeah, we had her on the
I
show.
think it was January. I think
Well,
that
that
night
would
girls
be-
already left.
That'll be a monumental day when
Yeah,
that happens.
But what I meant is it's because of you. That's because
Well,
of you.
I don't think that's because of me. That's all.
Well, you
politics.
paved the way,
Like,
Miss
All right,
Barasch.
I know the question.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, Butch, before I forget the question. So, other than Rocky, we have had other women who have done some amazing things after they got on the job. On the side, different things that they've accomplished. Can you give us 1 or 2 of these women who have accomplished some pretty amazing things, not only getting on the job, but also like in Washington and stuff like that?
from the FDNY women?
Yes.
Well, I mean, Brenda Bergman was a White House fellow when she came, while she was on the job. She took a year to do that. I don't know. You put me on the spot here,
I'm sorry.
He loves doing that.
That's good.
He loves doing that.
I worked with Brenda. I actually worked with Brenda in 12 Truck.
Okay. I didn't know that.
I knew her well. Yes.
I didn't know you were in 12 Truck.
I was in 12. I was a truckie. Yeah, I was in 12 Truck.
Had you known it, you would have ordered him off of it.
I wasn't only
Aren't
in
you
hazmat.
glad she never found out about it?
Back in the day, going to hazmat, it was, oh, you're going to mop and glow. It was a joke. And until they gave us a 10% raise, then everybody wanted to go to hazmat.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you,
I would not want to be
some
in
of
hazmat.
the brightest guys that I've met, because and the nicest guys and the relationships I have around the country was because I went to hazmat, then got teaching, then got accepted to the International Association of Firefighters, LSU, and I taught with all these organizations. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, to teach for these and Richie knows that. But it was amazing, and a lot of it is because of the FDNY. You get in front of a classroom, and you know this, in front of an audience, and you say, "Hey, I'm Rocky, and I was a chief at the FDNY." Boom, you get put up on a pedestal.
Well, I mean, I feel really blessed to have been a member of the FDNY, as most guys do too.
You too.
But I mean, the things that were afforded to me because I was in the FDNY, because I was a firefighter. I mean, just even like doing inspections, like behind the scenes in City Court Building, or Grand Central when I went through the Chiefs Training Academy, training school. Just all these different things that you're totally unaware of. I mean, I worked in Manhattan before I came on the fire department for 6 years. Had no idea what those blue lights were on the subway.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
What were those blue lights for? So you find out all these inner workings of the city, and most people just go about their business every day, not realizing it.
You bring up a good point. Did you ever see? I'm trying to remember where it was in the subway. Was it Roosevelt under the hotel where he used to come up on the train? Where is that?
The Waldorf Astoria.
So cool. Tell them what that is.
I got to go see that.
Yeah, they had a train station built under Waldorf Astoria so that the president wouldn't have to go out in the public when he came to the city. So they would pull a train under the Waldorf Astoria and bring him upstairs.
Still there?
Yeah, still there.
It's still there.
Still there. Like if we do a show at the Waldorf Astoria, we could probably use that, you and I.
Whoa.
Instead of dealing with the crowd.
Where does it go? To Penn Station? Washington?
I don't know where it. Yeah, I guess.
No, I don't know. Maybe Grand Central, probably.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
is there anything, any website or anything you want to tell our viewers, that any project you're working on?
Well, I'm currently still working with the Fire Service Women in New York State.
Yeah.
And we do a women's training weekend up at Montauk Falls at the State Fire Academy. We've got one coming up at the end of October. And we also run a camp for teenage girls who have an interest in becoming firefighters. We send them through like a mini fire academy up at the
great
Fire
is that?
Academy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said it's great.
It's so much fun. And we have several FDNY women go up, but we have women from all across the state, career and volunteer. We have women. We had a camper go through camp from Alabama. She comes back to teach every year.
Cool.
We've got a woman comes from Canada. We've got a woman come from Maryland. We've had, I guess we're about 180 girls at this point have gone through the camp. 6 of them have gone career. Most of them have gone, volunteer, if they weren't already involved. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But, we do have a good time.
All right. So we have 30 seconds. Thank you for being on. The job, the FDNY, is better because we have people like you.
Well, thank you.
I truly believe that, and I appreciate you giving us the time because I know you're a busy lady. And I will be in touch on Facebook, and come to the show October 26th.
I will try.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Chief Rocky Jones. Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's terrific. Right?
Yes. So we need our. Are we going to commercial? Are we going right through our comments?
No, we're not breaking. We got Rob waiting.
Here we go.
Whoa! So, ladies and gentlemen, this guy performs all over Long Island.
Yeah.
Did he ever take your class?
No, he didn't.
Never took your class, so he's funny.
Right.
This weekend he's performing somewhere. He'll tell us. Please, a nice warm welcome. What an intro for Rob White. I got to pronounce it. I got phonetically Rob White. Did I get it right, Rob?
Simple and easy, effective.
You messed that one up, John.
3 for 3 tonight. Hey, Rob.
How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for coming on tonight. We 12 Comics canceled on us.
Oh, so yeah, I'm the last.
No, kidding. We're kidding.
We got up to W. Walker and White. That's why we're both here.
I don't even feel like I belong here. I mean, you literally got Aimee and Jeff, who have a great
Unbelievable, right?
Started, and then you also got Chief Rocky Jones there from FDNY, and then me. What do I bring to the table? You know.
Well, we do it differently than a comedy show.
Yeah.
We go from really strong guests, and then we end with somebody that's because most people tune out by now.
You walked right into that.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. It's like, and what did you do today, Rob? You know, they save lives and help out with this foundation. And I cook a hot pocket today. That's what I did. That's my.
Is there a special way that you cook it for our viewers? That
Yeah. What's your secret to hot pocket?
You can't cook a hot pocket right. It's just always like ice cold in the middle and burned on the ends. No matter what you do, you just burn it out.
Better browning packet or whatever they call it. What do they call it?
Yeah, the what?
Browning sleeve. What do they call that? I don't know.
I don't need hot pockets. You came to the show the other night with very, very high energy. You're a high energy comic.
Yeah. No, it's I don't know. I feel like you have to do that. You know, it's just in me to be like.
It depends on the show. I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm like that. You have energy, but not high energy. I have high energy because none of my jokes work. So if I deliver it with high energy, the audience goes, "Oh, that's where the punchline should be," and they'll laugh. You know,
like the audience has to figure out his punchlines, but when they do, it's hysterical.
It is when they figure it. It's usually when they're home.
But I love to follow John after a show because I don't even have to bring it up a notch. I just have to tell jokes.
Phone it in.
Rob, tell some of the things that you have in your shtickle.
Yes. What do you
what do you talk about? Or
I'm high energy and I guess that's a good. See, I like that because I feel like if the audience is a little bit sleepy, you get them up, you get them going. But I wish that. So a lot of people think I'm on cocaine all the time now, and I'm like, I swear to God, it's just coffee and just happiness, And I get up there and go crazy, and I don't know, I do my thing,
So what are some of the topics you talk? Give us some of your shtick.
It's life. It's life in general. I mean, it's just every day you go out into this world. Like today, I went to the supermarket. I go to the supermarket all the time.
Yeah.
And there's no cashiers there anymore. They don't exist apparently. Yeah. So there I go and I get all my groceries. Now I got to go to the self-checkout line. And you go to the self-checkout. Beep, 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 and eventually you get to that one part where it's unexpected item in bagging area, unexpected item in bagging area, and the unexpected item in the bagging area is me. All right, I'm the unexpected item because I didn't think I was going to be a cashier when I woke up that morning.
Yes.
It's not. I don't get it. What happened? Right? Why are we becoming so lazy and everything is automated and
You find yourself stuck in a whole computer-generated world, right? That guys like I guess me, you, and John aren't. It's not for me. I need the cashier.
I like cashier.
Yeah.
I like that they give you the bag, the brownie. They bag it for you. Remember when they would bag it for you?
Oh yeah.
Now you have to bag it yourself, and then you have to pay 5 cents for the bag, and then the bag isn't even good enough to take it from the shopping cart into your car without it exploding out the bottom all over your cart.
Do what I do, Rob. Do what I do. I let her ring everything up, and I don't touch it. And then when she says pay for it, I go to pay for it, and I still leave the items there, seeing maybe if she'll put them in a bag. Like I give her more extra time.
You know what happened?
And then you stop and you just look at her, and she's looking at you. Right? Who gives in first? Rob would be great at that high energy. He'd say, "Get a bag it."
Rob, not to interrupt the story. I was online, and the guy at the end is bagging my groceries into the paper bag, but I brought my own bag. The canvas.
Right.
I go, I got it. I'm gonna pack my own groceries. And he keeps putting the stuff in the bag. I go, what don't you understand? I brought my own bags. Like, knock it off. And then I go, dude, I brought my own bags. And he goes, these are my groceries.
Oh.
And I felt so stupid.
Yeah.
You weren't paying attention to any of that stuff.
No. I paid attention to every word.
Go ahead. So, Rob, what else happened to you this week?
No, it's just, it's the same old thing. Those bags, though, I'll tell you. You remember when you used to get the bags and you used to be able to wrap your notebook in it? You know?
Oh yeah.
Your school textbooks, right? Oh
Yeah.
my God. That, now, and you got to pay the 5 cents for the bag now too. But when I go to the shopping there, I don't pay if I'm ringing up myself. I don't pay for the bags. I don't know if that's stealing. I just tell everybody it's my employee discount for working there. But we'll see if that happens.
They never caught you, huh?
No, not yet.
They stopped in the parking lot. Where's your nickel?
My 5 cents bag thief. That's my big high crime.
That's great.
Wouldn't that be embarrassing though if you're walking out of the store and it's just a 5-cent bag? And, "Hell, sir!"
Right.
And you're like,
Ops for that.
Come with me.
Yeah, come with me.
They take you in that back room through the walk of shame. It says employees only.
There.
What else you got, Rob?
You
What
could
else?
use that.
What else you got?
You guys were at the Mets game last night. I was at the Mets game too.
That's right.
I looked for you guys. I didn't see you anywhere.
You have to look very high.
Did you look all the way up on top?
Oh no, I went to the parking lot. I was walking around the parking lot. I didn't see anybody in there. But but yeah, the whole crew out there. That's all. You had Evan Weiss out there. Evan Weiss. Was it a bringer show? Because everything.
You want to hear something funny? That's so funny you say that because Santa put something like at the game with comics, and somebody wrote, "Can Evan move aside so we can see them?"
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I saw
that. Wasn't nice.
Oh, that was Rich Ray.
You got to bring 5 people in order to get in the game. No one has any idea at home, but Evan Weiss. Yeah. I love him. I love Evan. But
we all love Evan.
He's a good.
So you're a Met fan, huh?
Yeah. No, you have to be a fan of the Mets out here. I know you're a Yankees fan, right? So that's you're not.
I grew up a Met fan. I only saw the game the other night just to see if he would hit the homer.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I said that's the only reason why I turned it on.
Oh, no.
That's why we wasn't invited to the game.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want, he would have been like, "Who scored the touchdown?"
Yeah, who is this?
No idea what's happening. It was a good, fun game, but I mean, not a good win. I loved watching Don Mattingly, old Donnie Baseball, run out there as the Marlins.
I was cheering for him. Go get him, Donnie!
Oh, he snapped. I was like, oh my God. That was great. They balked, and the guy went from first all the way through and scored a run doing nothing. So,
first time in history, he balked the same batter. He balked 3 times the pitcher.
That's right.
That was history right there. That was man. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that. I thought it was cool though. I didn't expect that to actually happen.
Yeah,
that's funny. So where are you next, Rob? Where can we see you?
The next. I got a lot of like restaurant gigs and stuff coming up. I know I'm October 3rd. I'm at Carnival Restaurant in Station. And as far as like clubs, I got October 28th. I'll be at McGuire's Comedy Club with Tony Landolfi and Terry McNeely. I love those.
Oh, good show.
They're fun.
He's like the first comic that came on with actually where you were going to be.
Yeah.
Everybody, when I go on, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just looking around.
Got it right. I took notes the whole show. Like I was a good student, I watched.
You have 1 minute. You want to give our audience 1 or 2 more yucks. I hate to put you on the spot.
Oh, that's the hardest one.
I know. You can do it. Hey, John Clark, how are you?
Well, listen, I have a question for you.
Okay.
You're a comic. Every time I see you, you're hysterical. And are you still a tattoo artist?
Oh, yeah. No, I still do that full time. Yeah, you have to.
That's awesome, right?
I'm not living the dream.
Through the years, what keeps bringing you back into comedy?
Oh, this is an addiction, and I'm sure you guys know that.
Yeah.
If you do it once and you get that feeling on stage that whatever it runs through your body, it's just if it's a good night, night,
right,
coming back for more. And then even if you're not doing good,
even a bad night is a good night.
Yeah,
you're getting something out.
It's so much fun. We have a few shows coming up, but I know you're not on the show. I apologize.
That's right.
But October 26th is our big show at Governor's for 4 Long Island charities. General needs. They buy basic needs for veterans, boots, shoes. Heather Pendergast helps our Long Island volleys who have sick children and high medical bills. Fight for firefighters. Build ramps for disabled firefighters and their families. They come in with 30 guys for free and build a ramp in one day. We're going to be supporting all of those guys that night. It's going to be a great show. Please come. We'll talk about the other shows next week. I wanted to get that in. Richie, thanks for doing the show.
Yeah.
Rob, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Rob.
Let's Rocky and Aimee and Jeff, great job. We'll be back next week with Laughter Saves Lives. Bam!
Live! There we go. Good.
I'm going to the diner right now. Going.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Was chasing the beer that circled the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball, play ball.